Jesus is real. Jesus is real to me. Jesus is real. Jesus is real to me. I have seen and I have touched. Jesus is real to me. I have seen and I have touched. Jesus is real.
We continue to look at wisdom. Wisdom is a principal thing. We've been looking at wisdom for dominion for those that are just coming in today. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Last time we said that if you want to walk in wisdom, you have to avoid sinful men. Men who are after quick gain. You remember that? Men who are after quick gain. And we gave a scenario that Nigeria is full of people who are making things very fast. It's full of people that are making it fast. And we live in an environment where if you don't make things fast, you'll be depressed, you'll be discouraged. As you are sitting down here, some of your mates have gone far. This is a big surprise. I was standing, but I was not seeing very well. My Lord and my God. And it's good that this fire is coming upon this baby. Amen. You know, this is a country of microwave Christianity. This is a country where, if things are not moving fast for you, you'll be so discouraged. And King Solomon warned his son not to be enticed by this kind of people. And we gave scenarios. We said in Nigeria, you don't have to carry guns. We said the most peaceful thieves in Nigeria are armed robbers. Armed robbers, what? Armed robbers are not as wicked as pen robbers. Because an armed robber is just looking for 10,000 in your house. If you truly tell him it's 10,000, he will leave you. But a pen robber is not planning to destroy only you, but your children and your grandchildren. Who is more wicked? And we said something is in our atmosphere that is programming all of us into pen robbery. Because by the time that someone just sits in less than 1 hour and he gets 200 million just by doing some quick thinking, then what will make you not to join them? So you need extra strength in the inside to say no to this type of people. And King Solomon, with all his wealth, he was warning his sons, don't join those kind of people. In other words, he was telling them, that was not how I made wealth. You can't join those kind of people. And we say the church is not discouraging us. The church is encouraging us. Because if you come with a lot of money, the church gives you a very good chair to sit on. In my personal research, I discovered that over 85% of politicians in Plateau are in the occults. That's even conservative. And we are the ones pushing them. You invite them to all luncheon and you want them to give you money. How will they give you money if they don't steal? They have to steal to give you money. And how will they maintain their position in the politics if they don't join the cause? So they sell their soul to make name in all cycles and end up in hell. You will not end there in the name of Jesus Christ. Verse 19 says, such are the path of all who go after ill-gotten wealth. It takes away the life of those who get it. What? It takes the life of those who what? Who get it. That if you want to get fast money, you are preparing your children to be orphans. And when you get fast money, you cannot control the demons that will come and be sleeping in your house. That's usually the most difficult one. Usually when you steal, do you know that demons follow money? How many of us know that demonic powers follow money? Anytime God is sending serious money to me, we fight with Satan. I'm telling you this. Anytime heaven is sending money, we fight with the devil. For those of us that trust heaven to help us, anytime heaven is navigating into a house, there is a battle. You fight with the devil. Because he is monitoring money. Now, how much more if Satan helps you to get money? The one that God is sending, he is pursuing to stop it. That's why the Bible says that God maketh rich. He maketh rich and he does not add sorrow. The meaning of that is that when God blesses you, he will fight the forces that bring sorrow, so that your wealth will not bring sorrow. But when you get wealth not in a right way, these demons are the ones that will bring sorrow. They will bring much sorrow. They will attack your children. They will attack the family. While you are building this side, this other side is breaking. And at the end of your life, you look at your children, they are all useless. They have slept with demons. They have slept with snakes. Rahabonke said something. He said, if you are sleeping in your house and you say that you see a snake on your blanket, he will ask you, how did you get money to buy the blanket? Because the snake may just be visiting you based on how you got the money to buy the blanket. If he helped you to buy the blanket, he will come. He will come and sleep, help you to sleep. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's better to go down to Bend Down Boutique and buy 1,000 naira blanket and sleep, and you know that 1,000 is not from that place. Are you hearing what I'm saying? My friend who works with NDLEA shared with me how someone gave him 5,000 naira. True story. 5,000. Oga, please take this one now. He works in Lagos. Says, just take this one. Buy something for children. Somehow that guy also is a Christian. He collected the money, kept in his pocket, went home, dropped it somewhere. They did not sleep throughout the night. They didn't sleep throughout the night. He took the 5,000 and gave him, say, what kind of money is this? Take it. I don't need this kind of money again. He gave him, say, please take it away. And then you're asking yourself, how much millions has entered the church and is coming from this kind of things? And how much have you received to buy shoe? Praise the name of the Lord. Turn to someone and say, fear not, the Lord is with you. The issue is that this world is the less you see. The more you see, the less you see. The less you understand, sorry. The more you see, the less you understand. A lot of things are happening. And King Solomon wrote them here. He said, just avoid the people. Have nothing to do with them. He said, don't even step on their path. Run away from them. If you have a friend who is always talking about making it fast, change him. He's going to entice you into something very terrible. How do we make it fast? All this thing is delayed. He's always on the move to get it. Run away from him and watch. He will die before you. I didn't understand these things. Had my friends that were doing these things too. I had one friend that, this guy is very connected. He's always on the move. Just see him with money. The way he died, it's not good. I'll not discuss that one. Verse 20 says, out in the open, wisdom calls out. Wisdom calls aloud. She raises her voice in the public square. On top of the wall, she cries out. At the city gate, she makes her speech. How long will you who are simple love your simple ways? How long will you mockers delight in mockery, and fools hate knowledge? Repent at my rebuke. Then I will pour out my thoughts to you. I will make known to you my teachings. But since you refuse to listen to me, you refuse to listen when I call, and no one pays attention when I stretch out my hand. Since you have disregarded all my advice and do not accept my rebuke, I in turn will laugh. When disaster strikes you, I will mock. When calamity overtakes you, when calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster sweeps over you like a whirlwind, when distress and trouble overwhelm you, then they will call to me, but I will not answer. They will look for me, but will not find me. Since they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord, since they would not accept my advice and spurn my rebuke, they will eat the fruit of their ways and be filled with the fruit of their schemes. For the waywardness of the simple will kill them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear or harm. How many people are in prison now that spawn wisdom? How many people are in hell now that rejected wisdom? Verse 20 says, out in the open, wisdom calls out. Wisdom calls what? Aloud. Out in the open. You see the picture? Out in the open, wisdom calls what? Aloud. Remember our teaching on Proverbs chapter 9? We have two mountains. The mountain of wisdom and the mountain of foolishness. Remember that? And all the mountains are ruled by who? The mountain of wisdom is ruled by wives, by women. And the mountain of foolishness is ruled by women. If you remember that teaching. It's ruled by women. The 10 virgins, you remember? And this one is ruled by woman, the Queen of Heaven. Praise the name of the Lord. But wisdom is crying aloud in the open. Look at that roof there. Wisdom is calling. Look at that roof. Wisdom is calling. Out in the open. Look at this side here. Wisdom is calling. And I tell you, God has given us wisdom on what to do. By the time we finish this work, you'll be surprised. What we are planning to do here, we just left the thing like this. We are praying and asking God. One idea has about 2 different ideas, but we've now finalized. Wisdom is calling out. Even when you wake up to dress, wisdom is calling. You enter the bathroom, wisdom is calling. If you don't listen to wisdom in the bathroom, you can fall and die there. You can fall and die there. Kitchen, wisdom calls, or you set the whole kitchen on fire. Wisdom. In washing car, wisdom is calling. I asked one guy, I said, do you know how to wash car? I said, yes. I said, go and wash. He started washing. He started from the tires. I said, wrong. I said, see, that's not washing car. Wisdom is calling. one of our friends, one of our colleagues in Great Commission Movement that time, traveled somewhere, and then he asked one of the guys, do you know how to check oil, water, and everything in the car? And the guy said, yes, he does it, no problem. He washes car and he checks all these things. He said, okay, check my water and top my water for me. So I saw the guy pass with one bucket. You understand? One bucket. And the one bucket finished. And he came back again. He said the one bucket was not enough. He was looking for more water. So he went, true story, he went to the guy and said, what kind of washing of car? I mean, where were you pouring the water? And he discovered that the guy was pouring the water inside the engine. Wisdom calls out everywhere. That he couldn't travel, he had to wait, they had to drain the car, drain the engine, wash it and pour new oil. The guy who washes car, he knows how to what? To check water. Wisdom, I tell you, wisdom is crying out in the open. When you are walking on the street, you see wisdom. I usually walk towards my house, walk to trade center, and then come into the house. And I say, I will not walk this way. Cars are going this way. Let me walk this way. And I will pray and say, God, protect me. One day, as I was walking, one car just left his lane, came like this, boom, and popped. He almost hit me. So what is wisdom calling out? Now, if you are moving this direction, turn and look. Turn and look. Wisdom is crying out in the open. That's why you see from our teaching here, we said the place to learn wisdom is not too much in the church. In the church is information. At home is practicals. So parents have the key of wisdom. Any father who is just sitting in a beer parlor, and if you are planning to just sit in a beer parlor and come back in the night, or just sit in your workplace and come up by 10 o'clock, you are killing your children. You are depriving them of wisdom. They cannot learn wisdom from the television. Because you see, this wisdom is different from the wisdom in television. So God is there in the open. He says he's calling aloud. If wisdom is allowed, then you need to pay attention. If God says that wisdom is crying aloud, then you must pay attention. It is very, very what? Loud. I've learned something, that anytime I see myself in trouble, I stop for a while. I've gone to mechanics several times and given them clue of how to repair my car. They've tried that one, just keep quiet like this. Why won't we do it this way? And the thing will just work. I saw my wife struggle and was crying. And I said, doctor, is there nothing we can do about this thing? And he said, no, there's nothing we can do. Then I asked him a question. I said, if this is the cause of this problem, is there another medicine that can stop this thing from happening? He said, oh yes, there is. And you know how much medicine, how much we spent on that medicine? 5 naira. She took 5 naira medicine and all the crying and everything stopped. And I was the one who gave the prescription. True story, I'm telling you. My friends came to the house, saw the way my wife was crying, and I tell you, they went to the parlor and just sat down. They did not know what to do. I sat down like this. I was just calculating. I called the doctor. I said, what do we do? I said, why won't we do this? He said, yes, that's a solution. Wisdom is crying out everywhere. Are you understanding what I'm saying? But look at this place. It says she raises her voice in the public square. What usually happens in the public square? Town meetings, political meetings, village meetings. Every village now has a public what? Public square. If there's no public square, they have a town hall. And he said wisdom is crying out there. I want to ask you, which wisdom is crying out in our town halls now, and public squares. Which wisdom? Free Masonic wisdom. Do you know why politicians are not straight? Freemason. There is a crooked way, a very terrible and crooked way of thinking that is in the minds of our politicians. And if you don't operate in that wisdom, they don't listen to you. I have several examples to give to you by the politicians that they have shared with me. The things that have happened to them. Because some people innocently walk themselves into politics and then discover that these people are upside down. They are not thinking straight. In public square, that's a place where ideas. You give ideas. Maybe they want to take a decision on an issue that has to affect the entire community, and they are meeting and they are discussing and they are deliberating. And everybody is speaking. And everyone who speaks with wisdom. And there's a silent competition that takes place there. The Bible says concerning Job that when princes see Job, they keep quiet. In those days it is believed that it is only a prince that thinks well and has sound wisdom. But when they see Job, they keep quiet, because Job is moving in a very thick river of what? Wisdom. And his wisdom was very high. So if you think that you are speaking wisdom, by the time that he gets up and speaks his own, your own is foolishness. You remember the story of Ahithophel and who? And one priest in the Bible. Yeah, one priest. What's the name of that priest again? I've forgotten. But who? Cushai. That's the name of the guy. Cushai. When David was running away, when he was running away from Absalom, Ahithophel stayed with Absalom. And Ahithophel was the counselor of David. And the Bible says that anything Ahithophel says comes to pass. Any advice he gives you, his own is a gift of counsel. So any advice he gives, that advice is the best advice. It's from heaven. So David said, if my son Absalom will stay together with Ahithophel, I'm a dead man. Because the guy is carrying one kind of counsel. By the time he advises Absalom, I'm finished. So he said, Hushai, you go there and make sure that you thwart the counsel of Ahithophel. And where will he thwart it? It's in a meeting. It's in a meeting. Do you understand why in the Senate these Muslims, when they are organized, Christians are just rubbish in Nigeria? You are saying, they are Islamizing Nigeria. They are Islamizing Nigeria. They are doing this in Nigeria. Let me share with you one secret that one politician shared with us. This man said that if they are going to take very serious decisions that will affect Islam, there is a mosque. There is a mosque under the house, National House. There is a mosque. Why is there no church there? So even from that plan, they know that, look, they have to get a place to be making incantations to control the entire house. Are you understand what I'm saying now? So immediately you enter the house, something is charging Another wisdom is operating. Are you together with me? He said if they are going to take serious decisions concerning Nigeria that will favor Muslims, they will delay. If the house is going to meet by 12 o'clock, they will delay. In Nigeria, they will delay. They just keep delaying. And Christians will enter the house, sit down. And they will be just waiting for these guys to come up. They will not see them. So the house has not formed majority now. So they cannot decide anything. So they will just be delaying. And Christians will be there talking. And after some time, they will walk out. They say, man, this thing will not happen. They will just walk out. They will be tired and leave. Maybe few Christians will remain. And when they've discovered a lot of people have left, they will come out in mass. All of them are Muslims. They will plan. All of them will come and meet in that mosque. And once their time, they discover that those foolish people have gone, who are not walking in wisdom, they will come out in mass, go to the place, read the what do you call it? They will now read the bill and pass the bill, and they are the majorities. They said, nay, their language, and they all raise their hand and pass the thing to law. Christians have left. In the public square, King Solomon says wisdom is there. But why are Muslims ruling Nigeria? Why are Muslims directing things in Nigeria? Because you and you and you and you are not operating wisdom. I'm pointing at us because we're the ones. Who are the vocal people when it comes to taking decisions and speaking? Are they Christians? Christians are vocal in criticism, but we don't have a united action to take a strategic action that will affect our children. If you listen to Bosun, you just discover it's very painful. No mention of church, no mention of pastor, no mention of Christianity in Nigerian constitution. But he mentioned a number of times that Islam is mentioned. You go to public square, sometimes it's judgment. In the village, if there is trouble concerning your land, one old man wants to take land from your family, you say wisdom is operating there. If they come with this other wisdom and they are talking, and when you get up with the wisdom of God, you oppress them. I don't fear professors. When I understood what wisdom can do, well, I'm not afraid of professors. I've come to understand that there's a wisdom that is higher than this intellectual wisdom. I'm not afraid of intelligent people again in my life. I've come to understand that there's a place you place yourself that nobody can just play with your mind, no matter how intelligent he is. And I'm here, see, God is saying, look, we have to walk in wisdom. See Islamic wisdom in operation. Naran Semaka, the English and the Hausa and everything, you bring it together. But he's making his point. He's making his point. Laugh at his English. He has a point. That's what Christian love. You want good English without any point. He is just speaking. He is making sense, and he wants to get something from the federal government, and you will get it. And you continue to speak good English, you don't see anything. Turn to someone and say that wisdom is in you. In your workplace, if they want to oppress you, wisdom is in you. In that market, they want to treat you down, wisdom is in you. He said this, wisdom is in the open place, it's everywhere. But the secret is always to seek for wisdom. If there's a resistance against your life, wisdom is there. Are you together with me? On top of the wall, she cries. The wall here depicts what? Security. Walls in those days are built for what? For the purpose of security. So wisdom is needed for the purpose of what? Security. Your security, my security. You have a window and you just leave the window open and you are sleeping because the place is hot. No problem. You enjoy cool air the first day, first week, second week, third week. You just continue to enjoy cool air. Until touches you one night, my brother, no matter the heat, that window will remain what? Closed. It will remain closed. Wisdom. So even on matters of security, personal security, governmental security, national security, state security, wisdom is crying in the walls. Are you together with me? And he said at the city gate. City gate in the Old Testament depicts where? Leadership. Leaders always deliberate where? At the city gate. In government house, the gate of Plateau is government house. Where Lalong stays, that's our gate. And you see, it's not only a physical gate, it's a spiritual gate. Do you hear what I'm saying now? That's the gate. The spirit that Lalong is operating with is a spirit controlling Plateau. Do you hear what I just said now? The gate of every city is the seat of power. The gate of every family is the father. Is the father. Any spirit that your father receives, that spirit will oppress all the children. I'm telling you this way. One guy that we did his deliverance, the guy was so deep in the cult. So deep in the cult. When Jesus appeared to him, we prayed. Jesus appeared and delivered him because he's only had Jesus' deliverance. When Jesus was going, he told him, said, it's your father who initiated you. Some of us could be suffering from what our fathers have done because he's a gate. The father is a gate. I'm a gate, you are a gate. Are you understanding what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it's a hopeless case, but if your father has taught one wrong spirit, you will have to battle through to break loose from that spirit so that your children will be free from what you suffered. Is somebody understand what I'm saying? I may be praying 30 minutes to sleep because my father was a better gate, maybe. So I pray 30 minutes. But you may have a father who is a very terrible gate. He has gone to Kano to collect one juju. He has gone to Abia, collected one juju. And he has gone to Sokoto. He has collected one juju. And then he has gone to, what do you call it? Shandam, collected one juju. He has gone to Kanke, collected one juju. He has gone to Biro. And he has touched close to about 100 jujus. If I'm praying 30 minutes, you need to learn to pray 3 hours to survive. Because of the things that he has released upon you. Do you understand what I'm saying? These things are real. I did my youth service in where? Abia. That place. There are some people who did in the south. Before you sleep well, we usually pray from 12 to 2. So usually I pray diplomatically. Then I started saying with one trader, one Igbo trader, but it's an SU person, Christian. You woke up. Father, we bless you, we glorify your name. I say, oh, the people are sleeping. Father, he did not even answer me. Now, how can I sleep? Now, if I wake up and I say I'm going to pray silently, how can I pray? So I just join him. I tell you the first day, if he's shouting, I'm also shouting. And by the time you have shouted for 2 hours, you sleep well. Some women came to us, they said, look, this your prayer is helping us. Our children are not getting sick again. I said, thank you. I thought we were disturbing you. But there's one old man, he never greets us. If he sees us, he gets angry. But if I come to Plateau, honestly, 20 minutes prayer, you just sleep well. Listen to me, some people are walking in prayer here. Plateau, Boko Haram said that there is no state that frightens them like Plateau. One guy came up from calling Kano, he said, if Plateau people start praying, they can't survive again. So this is our Thursday meeting that you are sleeping. You know, we went to Zong for program. By 10:30, we were casting out one spirit from the village. We were commanding the spirit to leave the village. My wife was sleeping and the spirit entered her room, was standing. Woman, he was standing there. So she woke up and she said, she declared prayer. They did war room in the house. They declared prayer. I said, it's good. That is good because it gets you people revive. It gets you people revive. Are you understand what I'm saying? City gates. When they talk about city gates, when they talk about gate, they are talking about seat of power. The seat of power in every family is Baba. Not Mama. Baba. Are you together with me? And he says what? Wisdom is crying out there. You know, when we pray for wisdom. Anytime they say pray for leaders, say, Father, pray, give Bahari wisdom, give Lalong wisdom, give them wisdom, because if they take a foolish decision, it will affect us. I heard that Lalong was going to give the former governors cars worth 27 million. Jang, car 27 million. Dare, car 27 million. Jerry Husseini, all this members of the House of Reps. These people, do they need car? 27 million naira. Do they need car, for God's sake? That is when we don't pray for our leaders, they take those kind of decisions. Many Jangse Mota. What will he do? Jerry Husseini, one of the richest people in northern Nigeria. What will he do with a car? And when they give them their car, they will receive it. Are you understanding what I'm saying? That we need to pray for leaders. They are city gates. Say, even there in the city gate, wisdom is making what? Speech. In Kokin headquarters, wisdom is making speech. Because the church gate, the denominational gate of Kokin is Kokin headquarters. The denominational gate of Ekwa is Ekwa headquarters. Wisdom is making speech there, except if the leaders decide not to hear wisdom. And if we don't pray for them, they take foolish decisions. It affects the entire denomination. Catholic headquarters was the name of that place here. Wisdom is making speech. It's talking. Defense headquarters, wisdom is talking. Wisdom is there to defend man. Wisdom is there to make life comfortable for man. Have you ever seen the picture of Washington, D.C.? If you see the picture of Washington, D.C., do you believe that it is actually a city? But let us be very sincere. If you see some of these pictures in television, do you believe that these things are truly city or they are designed? When you see the city, the picture of Tudunwada, you say this is a real one. This is reality. This is reality now. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you see houses organized in boxes. The roads are like this. Have you ever seen the road network in the US? From Sokoto to Lagos is a straight line. And when you buy a car customized for US, they ride what? Auto cruise. You can't use auto cruise in Nigeria. Because auto cruise, you just put auto cruise 100 kilometers per hour, straight road, and you can take your hand and do other things. Because they design it wisdom. Wisdom. you understand what I'm saying? Say, I baturana mayu, they are not mayu, is wisdom. Do you understand what I'm saying? Kai, do you know this gas that we are using? This gas, the cooking gas. You are cooking gas, you say, look, we are using gas now. You know, life is a bit more comfortable. Do you know that cooking gas is a waste? West. If you have gone to Port Harcourt, you have gone to Kaduna, you have gone to Wari, you see this fire that NLG is burning. That's what they trap and use as cooking gas. For a white man, houses like this, the cooking gas is on wire, it's on the street, it's pipe, it's on every street. So if you want gas, you just bring the company, they plug the thing into your house, and there's a meter, and you'll be paying. You say, Mayu, wisdom. It's wisdom. Are you understand what I'm saying? It's wisdom. When you look at our cities, wisdom is not speaking. When you go to Abuja, wisdom. If you are entering through Nyanya, you start sweating. You are suffering. By the time you enter, maybe Garki say, yeah, it seems as if wisdom is speaking now. Do you know, I've discovered that I told my children, I said, this mind that God has given to you is one of the most powerful things that God has given to you. When leaders think very well, they reduce suffering for the masses. Wisdom is at the city gate. That's what this place is saying. So even though we have abundant natural resources, we have everything in the world, we have in CUM, wisdom is speaking where? It is speaking in the leadership team. Wisdom is speaking. Except if we decide not to listen to wisdom. Then look at verse 22. He said, how long will you who are simple love your simple ways? Now, simple there is talking about what? Foolishness. How long? The longer the time you spend without wisdom, the more the damage. The longer you what? The longer the time you spend without wisdom, the more the what? The damage. You say, how long? And it's good to say, how long would Nigeria stay without wisdom? How long would your family stay without wisdom? How long would Plateau stay without wisdom? How long would the church stay without wisdom? I was telling Kingsley, we just came back from a graduation. I was mad. Good things happened in the graduation. Very nice graduation. By my friend Philip Alams, he was the leader in that. But when he said that the director has traveled to the US and all these things, I told myself, when you go to a place where you see the toilet is clean, the kitchen is clean, and then the seats are organized, and then the environment seems to be organized, and everything seems to be organized, you discover that a white man is leading the team. In Jos, most especially, we Jos people, we believe that if an American is not there, nothing good will happen. As somebody is saying this, you are seeing, we are going to see where you are going to go. No American, no white people. White people will help us, but we will lead and will set an example. That's why I love Oyedepo. You see, I went to, what do you call it? Canaan land. I'm not a denominational person. I'm a kingdom person. One day, I just decided, I told the driver that was driving me around Lagos when I was about leaving Great Commission, I said, take me to Canaan land. Let me just go and supervise. Let me just see the place. He took me. And we just kept moving in and out. And Oyedepo is a HND holder and architecture. Obviously, the wisdom operating in him is not that of a HND. No. This is high. AUC came, looked through the school, and they said they have never, even abroad, this school can compete to any university. No white man is there. That's the truth about it. That's the truth. You know, I can have a critic. I mean, I can have someone that I criticize a lot about. But once I see good thing in his life, I will mention the good thing. I saw the place. I said, this is it. We don't have to get a white man. Our mentality is from the bedroom. Young man, arrange your bed. No, it's not arranging his bed. Put your shoes in the right order. You come back and say, arrange your shoe. What is there in the life of a black man? The thing is painful, but when you see a white man comes around and say, arrange the thing, he will arrange it. Why are we like that? Turn to someone and say, Jesus is in me. And Jesus in me is whiter than the white man. Honestly, you see, if there's anything that I desire to see in my life, is to see excellence. When it comes to management, I was working somewhere and I told the guy in charge of guest house, I say, hey, from today, this conference hall, you mop it every day. He said, no, you know, what we do is anytime there's program, we mop it. I said, I'm the leader now. Today things have changed. Every day. We don't have to get a white man before this place will look clean. I came the next day and said, oh guy, you know, like I was telling you. I came the next day and said, oh, you know, as I was saying, the third day, as I was saying, I said, you are fired. Take your letter, go, leave. And the guy, you know, he was so angry. He went to people he was calling. They came. I said, no, I can't work with him. He has to go. Gentlemen, there's something. Listen to me. You have to tell yourself. You know what is killing us is to the meza abenchi. Yeah, why will you treat the guy like that? I told someone came to me and said, why are you treating this guy like that? He doesn't have, you know, why he does, you know, things are difficult with him. I said, things are not difficult with him. Because if things were difficult with him, he would do what I'm saying. Things are not difficult. Gentlemen, you see, our mentality is not good. We must look into ourselves and say, no. We have to be changers. When I'm telling you that we are believing God for university, I mean what I'm saying. And the day God was giving me the vision of Suem University, he told me that it must stand out in Africa. And that's my dream. If you like, don't say amen. You come and look for work and we'll send you away. The day is coming. Say, are you not one of those people that did not say amen? Okay, goodbye, good night. Praise the name of the Lord. You must desire that honestly we can do things right. With the power of God's wisdom is enough. Why must it be cooking conference and things are upside down? I said, Suyam, if we have conference 3:30, we are starting. By 3:30 we begin. Whether you come, you don't come, no problem. We've started. Planning, strategic planning is an aspect of God's wisdom. And you don't have to go to school to learn it. You just need to be endowed with God's wisdom. Praise the name of the Lord. Turn to someone and say, I have wisdom. You know, by the time you are working with God's wisdom, you enter a place, start working, you call your Oga, say, Oga, you say we should do this. But if we do this one, is better. How long will you who are simple love your simple ways? Are you not seeing that Nigeria is not succeeding because we are foolish people and we want to continue to be foolish? How long will you continue to love foolishness? That's what this place is saying. You are doing something in the same way, the thing is not succeeding. You do it the same way, it's not succeeding. You do it the same way, it's not succeeding. This year it's not succeeding. The same way, next year the same way. How long will you love foolishness? You are doing this thing the same way, it's not working. Why won't you think of changing? When you sit with a white man, you just discover that the difference is that they just do simple arithmetic. That's all. After conference, they sit down and say, what did we do well? And what did we not do well? Evaluation. They do the evaluation and say, okay, next year we are going to do it better this way. We are going to change the system so it will work. We are going to Jerusalem, and then we went to Cochin headquarters for what they call it, for orientation. And they say all of us are Christians, all of us are ministers, all of us are preachers of the gospel, all of us are elderly people, nobody is less than 45 years there. You know that's the rule. Very simple. I stood there and I saw the simplest way to organize. Stand in queue, finish your whatever and leave. I am telling you, when they started, the whole place was disorganized. Just see, you went to Jerusalem. Was your own like that? It's the same thing. The whole place was organized. They started struggling. How long will we continue in foolishness? Church people in the church. You heard last time that Rahabonke came to town, they went to share money for ushers and all the people that work. At the end of the day, young people fetch water in church, went up, pour it on top of pastors, scatter their place. You see, what King Solomon is saying is that if you continue to love foolishness, nothing will change in your life. You know, he's my brother now. We cannot take any decision. He's my brother. He's my sister. You know, he's my wife. We can't take any decision. He's my wife. How long will you continue to be foolish? I am challenging you. Something is not working around your life. You are doing it the same way. Think of creative ways to change the way you are doing that thing. See, anytime I wake up to pray, you know I sleep. You're kneeling down, you're sleeping. Won't you try standing? You are in your room, you are sleeping. Won't you try going out? You are in your room, you are sleeping. Won't you go to the mountain, try another thing? How long will you, who are simple, love your simple ways? Say, you know, anytime I start a relationship with people, they leave. One pastor, he is preaching, and you know Americans, these white people, body order can send them away. And the pastor had body order and he didn't know. Just go, hey, I do it. And they'll just do like this. They leave the church. And one guy developed courage and told him, he said, sir, just buy deodorants and be using. No, he would have said, why would you ask me to do that? He started using what? Deodorants. You see, it's not just God said that is your wife. You've gone close to the lady, but she doesn't like your body odor. So as long as you are seeing God, she is smelling your hamata, wearing hamata, bataso. I'm talking to young men. Turn to young men and say, I'm talking to you now. The way you you are not washing your socks and anytime you remove your shoe in that house, she doesn't like it. And no matter how you are seeing her as vision, you are not seeing any vision. Mr. Man, change the way. Wash your socks. Gentlemen, I think there's a day we're going to have meeting only for the boys, because we need to become men. Are you understanding what I'm saying? I was entering one of my sister's house, about to remove my shoe. Said, no, don't remove your shoe. I remove it and I entered. She said, no, your shoe is a bit different. She said, oh, nothing. I said, the secret is all about washing socks. Turn to someone, look at his leg. If he's wearing shoe without socks, wear shoes with socks. One guy came to stay with me one time around 1985. Was it 85, 86? This guy removed his shoes, and I tell you, I'm not exaggeration, for 2 days. The room, I could not fumigate the room. When he was going, I said, thank God. Thank God, goodbye, good night. You see, you are doing something. He said, no, I don't like this Christianity that people use perfumes and all these things. This is karat. Mr. Man, use it. It's God's idea. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Doing things the same way, it's not working. How long will you love to be foolish? That's what he's saying. How long? How long will we love to be foolish? Hey, corruption. And then, out of the corruption, even the church got something from the corruption. So let's just allow corruption to continue. He said this government is not fighting corruption. I am telling you, any government that will come and fight corruption, Nigerians will say it's not fighting corruption. Why are they saying that? Because they don't want corruption to be fought against. Why? We love to be foolish. We just want to remain like this. When we go to heaven, I don't want to come back as a Nigerian. And that's the sincere and plain truth. I thank God I'm a Nigerian package, but I don't want to come back as a Nigerian. I better come back as a Ghanaian. By the time that some people win the governorship election in Plateau, I will be a Kaduna state person. You just change your citizenship from Plateau to Kaduna. If they have a better governor, you just move to that place. Because you see the way that people are suffering, things are done in the same way. Nothing is changing. Doesn't it pain you? Listen, life is, listen to me, wisdom is dynamic. Do you hear what I said? Wisdom is what? Dynamic. Wisdom is dynamic. Wisdom is always changing. The wisdom of doing something today, God will change it tomorrow. If you are walking in wisdom, you cannot just write a static rule for wisdom. No. The children of Israel, they were passing the Red Sea. How did they pass the Red Sea? God told Moses, lift up your word, stretch forth your staff, lift up your hand. And as he was doing it, what happened? The sea parted. Joshua was passing which Jordan River. He didn't do it that way. God told him a different thing. That's we started saying that wisdom is connected to what? Instructions. God said, arrange the priests, let them take the ark. The ones with the ark, they should give distance. And by the time that they touched the water, and he followed the instruction, and it happened. If in our time, somebody will write a book, how to cross the Jordan book, so that by you go and try it, the water will swallow you up, you die there. Because wisdom is like that. It's dynamic. Are you hearing what I'm saying? When you are moving with wisdom, God says, try it this way, try it that way, change it. Praise the name of the Lord. How long will you mockers delight in mockery? That you don't just hate wisdom, but you mock wisdom. You laugh at wisdom. My cousin shared with me that, you know, he works with what do you call it? These air carriers. He's an aeronautics engineer, and he was working for KLM. And he said, when you are working with white people now in Europe, they love anybody who will criticize Jesus and criticize Christians and criticize the church. I'm not very knowledgeable on so many things in this country, in the social world, in Nigeria now. But I want to ask, do we have comedians in the north? I'm talking of Hausa Muslims. Do we have some comedians in the north? Okay. Do they joke with Malams and Moks? And Mohammed? Do you have comedians in the south and the middle belt? Many Christians? Do they play with Jesus Christ and the church and men of God? How long will we love our simple ways, our foolish ways, sitting down laughing with them? And then after that, they pay them 1 million naira. They mock at Jesus. They mock at, they laugh at true and authentic wisdom. They laugh at it. Not only loving the simple ways, but mocking. You see, this place is saying that wisdom does not want to be despised. Wisdom does not want to be despised. You don't despise wisdom. When you despise wisdom, wisdom will not be attracted to you. If you want to walk in wisdom, do you know how King Solomon got wisdom? First, he told God that this work you have given to me is enormous, and then I need wisdom. He knew the value of wisdom. God gave him. When I look at Plato, said, I say, how long will we continue to move in our simple ways? The foolishness I see in the 80s is the foolishness I saw in the 90s, and the foolishness I'm seeing in 2000 upwards. How are you mocking wisdom? How are you mocking God? Ask that. Say, and fools hate what? Knowledge. It didn't define them as fools. It started by saying simple. Now you say what? Fools. But it's the same word, simple. They love simple ways. They mock at wisdom. And what? They hate knowledge. 3 levels. We call it a downward spiral. 3 levels of what? Concentrated foolishness. You start by saying that you love foolishness. You don't say it, but you live it. You seem to like foolish things. And then you move to the level that you start laughing at wisdom. And then you get to the level where you hate. You completely hate knowledge. You hate wisdom. That's a level of destruction. And the devil is working on us globally, he's working on us internationally, he's working on us. I was talking with one lady from Port Harcourt today, and we're discussing things, and she said, that's the spirit I see. That's the spirit I see in the sports world, in the entertainment world. I said, you are right. If you are used to wisdom, all these Nigerian films, by the time you start watching Nigerian film, if you have wisdom, you know the end from the beginning. Yeah? So why would you waste your time just doing that? You know the end. There's nothing there to pick. What will you learn from violence, from wisdom? This one has to do with CIA. There is high intelligence. I love Israel. If you want to touch me about, abuse Israel. Anybody that hates Israel, I will speak against him because I love Israel. But even when I see the intelligence of Israelites in defending themselves, and all the films that they have released in defending themselves, I still say they are exalting themselves. There's foolishness there. Even with that, there's foolishness. Are you understand what I'm saying? What am I saying? There is a program, my brothers. There's a program globally on the television, on the media. There's a program. And as you follow the thinking of the world, as your mind gets engaged in these things, you are loving foolishness, and you will get to the place where you mock wisdom, and you will get to the place where you hate knowledge. It's a gradual thing. It's taking place, but you are not knowing. It's taking place, but you are not knowing. Satan has arranged it. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of thinking. We are coming to the place where you see that wisdom is a way of thinking. You see, the thinking of the world has what? Compromises. Has compromises. Simple compromises. Is it wrong to do that? Is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. Very simple compromise. And by the time you accommodate simple compromise, you will accommodate complicated compromise. It's a way of thinking. And Satan is programming out. He's programming us into what? Into foolishness, into stupidity. You watch blue film with your wife, say it's only for the age 18 upward. Okay? Then Satan introduced to you another woman as you are watching that film, and he introduced to you another man, because that man there is not your husband. This thing I'm telling you, I know what I'm saying. Some of us sit on the counseling. Many married people in church are watching blue film. Say, it's between me and my wife. And your wife has another mental husband, and he appears in the night and sleeps with her because she seems to love that man more than you. It's a program. Your husband loves that woman more than you because that woman doesn't have all the shapes that you have. It's a young lady who is possessed with demons of sex. One woman came for counseling and said that she has gotten to a place where horses are sleeping with her. And it started with blue film they watch with her husband. She doesn't like her husband anymore. She hates him. She hates him on bed. It's these horses that she loves. It started where? Program. Young men, I'm sharing with you these things. If you are moving with the wisdom of God, anything you see, wisdom will tell you the end from the beginning. It will tell you the danger. He will tell you where the thing is going to take you. It's step by step, little by little, drifting. So, but you see, you begin to get to a place where I say, Christianity, you mean that this is the way we are thinking? You are saying that no, this you are Christianity. I went to one house. When I landed in Wari that time, a lot of guys were in the house. Hey, how are you doing? He said, this guy is from Jos. And oil workers, they are all free in the house. Everybody is just gallivanting. They are just enjoying themselves. Ladies are coming and going out. And I was there to raise support, but I was also there to preach the gospel. I sat down there 30 minutes. I said, man, I better take dominion of this place. I have to take dominion. They say, hey lady, are you a Christian? I said, yes. Which church do you go to? Okay, we started with her. Then I moved to the next lady. By the time I went one after the other, by 6 o'clock, the house was empty. They all left. And I tell you, I introduced evening prayer. Said today we are going to be praying. And we started praying. Only one guy was interested in me. Everybody left. We started morning devotion. I said, that time there was no satellite. So I said, what we are going to watch is only news here. All these things we are not going to watch. Don't you have Christian films here? I just cannot take it. Because I just see foolishness. I've programmed my life not to like those things. You see, it's a program. You can program yourself. And I enjoyed peace. And the home enjoyed peace. The ladies disappeared. And heaven came down. And when I was going, I knew they were saying good night. We are so happy that you are leaving now. I said, no problem. It's your own house. We are going to meet in heaven if we meet. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Praise the name of the Lord. Turn to someone and say, I will never be cooked in foolishness. You see, anything that promotes man, anything that promotes the wisdom of man, anything that promotes subtle lies, anything that has compromise is not God's wisdom. A little dough, a little yeast in the dough, that's what Jesus said. A little yeast in the dough, that's what Apostle Paul says. You know what? It spoils the entire dough. Jesus said, beware of the yeast of the Pharisees. What does yeast do to dough or bread? When you add a little, it affects everything. Tiny deception affects everything. Say, hey, this kind of your Christianity. When you're in Christianity, you don't. There's no grace in a thing, man. No, it's called wisdom. It's called wisdom. The Bible described Jesus as what? The wisdom of God. And Jesus did not sin. The wisdom of God. You say, well, what about when you sin? Wisdom says you confess. Wisdom said, deal with it now, don't waste time. That's wisdom. Our time is gone. Father, we thank you. We bless you because you are such a great God.